We're back. Seconds later.
We're back. It's a dinosaur story or something like that. So we're talking about the Truman Show and if Eric's ever felt like he's been Jim Carrey in the Truman Show.
I can't think of a specific thing that's happened to me, but I know there's been times where I've thought something or something happened to me at work or something, and then like you or like Julie would say it to me or say something like related to it, and it'd be like, how did they know?
See,
and those are just coincidences.
For me, it's been more like things that I like become popular. Like I read Game of Thrones, all the Game of Thrones before the first season was even announced.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other one? I just had it in my head, now I forgot it. The director that did Parasite, the Korean guy.
Yeah.
Boo Manju. He did a. I'm sorry, that was fucking stupid. He did a movie called Snowpiercer, and I always loved that movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great. I didn't know he directed it either. Bong Joon-ho. Sorry, that was his name.
Oh no! He put her to sleep. Fuck. Sorry. Go on.
And I always thought that movie was fucking fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, whoever did this movie is fucking great. And then he comes out and does Parasite and it wins the fucking Academy Awards or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you something that this didn't happen to me. It happened to a friend of mine, but it's like the weirdest coincidence that I know of. So this guy I used to know named Kovacs, who's actually in prison right now, but that's a whole other story. When he was like in his late teens, he used to play like, I don't remember if it was Counter-Strike or one of those games like that. So he eventually made friends with this guy, and they would talk in like Vent and shit like that, because this is back when Vent was a thing. And they were buddies playing this game together for like close to a year or something like that. And then at one point they finally get to talking about like where they're from. And anyways, it turns out that this guy lived on the next fucking street from him.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like when we ran into a guy we used to play this MMO with on Overwatch like years later.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Well, you just recognized him by the username?
No, Gabe was playing with us. It's pretty shocking because Gabe hardly ever plays Overwatch, but he's like, hey, I used to know a Lemery once. And we're like, what? Like, Gabe's like, in-game name is pretty unique.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anyone else with it. And we're like, okay, what did you know him from? He's like, oh yeah, there was an old guild called Nova Sparrow on this game. We're like, that's us.
Yeah.
Like, that's who we are.
So crazy.
That is weird.
So
And then he was playing on the same realm as us in WoW too.
yeah.
And also, now that I think about it, actually, it's not as weird as the guy living on the other street
next
with
street
him.
thing is really crazy. Like that's
really
crazy.
fucking. That is really weird. But now that I think about it, there was another weird coincidence with him, in that I met this chick in a chat room randomly when I was like 14, and she is from Canada, but she lives like, 4 hours like west of us.
Yeah.
So she was just somebody I randomly met in a chat room. I had her on MSN Messenger for a long time, and then when Facebook was new, I added her on Facebook like 4 years after I met her. And it's like, you and her have a mutual friend, and I look, and it's fucking Kovacs. So he must have also met this same chick randomly in a chat room and then added her.
That's pretty crazy.
Why'd you shoot him when you were so close to him?
I don't know.
But the guy on the next street, man, that's like fucking like, that's some next level shit. Like they'd probably like, because they're from a small town too, they'd probably like seen each other before.
If I could aim, I could fucking kill this. Ugh!
He is a poison! Kill him!
The poison! Kill the poison!
Shut up.
Does the little sister ever do damage?
No, she's too much of a precious babe. Tell Garrett about Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah, so this is one of those things that people bring up when they're talking about super weird coincidences. So basically in the early 50s, when the guy created the comic Dennis the Menace, on the very same day, some guy in England also published a comic called Dennis the Menace. And they're both characters that have striped shirts and use slingshots and were troublemakers.
They planned it. I'm calling it. They planned it.
Yeah, but they didn't know each other, and this was like
That's what they want you
1953,
to
so...
Throw a grenade! Throw a grenade!
Wait, did you like escape a prison camp, Mike? Do you have like tattoos numbered on your arm?
Second.
Eric, I think Mike's an escaped Jew. He has tattoos on his arm.
I was in the war. I was in the war, and
See, look at that.
they're chains.
There's another really weird one too. That was there was some town in like a tiny town in Kansas that got hit by tornadoes on the same day 3 years in a row. And the odds of that are literally like, even in Kansas, the odds of that are like hundreds of billions to one, if not trillions to one.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. The Dennis the Menace one's pretty crazy. The one that like I'm coming back to again. I met this guy online, and he lives one street over from me. That's just like, what are the odds? Super fucking high, right? Like.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Like, in the same country, not weird at all. In the same province, not weird. In the same town would be fucking insane. But on the next street over is like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
Well, you said they met on like the train, right?
On what?
Did you say they met on like the train?
No, they met on.
No, they met
video
originally
game.
on like a video game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like they were talking through like Ventrilo for like a year, and then they started talking like where they were from, and they realized they lived like they were practically neighbors.
See,
Crazy.
that's so not so, bruh. Crazy bus.
It's crazy.
Crazy bus.
What the interwebs will do. Do you know what the deadliest tornado in all of human history? Or
Yes,
history?
Burnabad.
Dalatpur and Salatria in Bangladesh, where it's officially 1,300 people died, but there's other people who have done more recent research, and they think it might have been as many as 4,000.
Fuck you, Eric.
I know a lot about tornadoes,
Why?
because I'm interested in them.
Okay, I need a circus of value.
I'm supposed to know everything about tornadoes.
Is that what you're gonna say,
Oh.
Garrett?
What? Yeah, I was gonna be the one that said Bangladesh, but yeah. I don't know what you said.
Circus of value.
And the deadliest one in the United States was the so-called tri-state tornado in 1923, which killed like 700 people.
Have you ever seen a tornado, Eric?
That's baby stuff.
No.
You fucking bastard.
You poser.
Have you?
Yeah.
Come on, he lives in Texas, of course.
Yeah, I grew up in the fucking tornado alley.
Were you scared?
Fucking course. That's why I have like an irrational fear of tornadoes today.
And why his pants
Like
are
whenever I,
stained with tornado.
whenever I, 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 whenever there's like a tornado warning or anything in my area, I just get like super anxiety.
How old were you when you saw it?
Maybe 11 or 12.
Was it like, did you see it from a distance, or was it like close?
I mean, I've seen multiple, but there was one in particular that was like coming down. And we weren't at home. We were at my dad's family that's like 45 minutes away from like our town. And yeah, it was just like, I don't want to be here. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm not gonna die with my computer next to me.
So what, you were freaking out and your parents were just trying to keep you calm?
I mean, I wasn't really freaking out because I don't like freak out physically, or like to where you can tell. But yeah, like in my head, I was like fucking going crazy. I bottle my emotions. It's something I was taught as a child.
Something all men are taught.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to have feelings.
I was literally pushing. I wasn't pushing, but I was going to push F. God, I hate the security camera mechanic in this game is actually annoying the shit out of me this time.
Mike is really starting to hate BioShock.
No, I love this game.
This game is kind of trash. And Mike's finally starting to realize it.
Ting, ting, ting.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding.
I don't have any ammo.
Why aren't you smacking it with your spanner?
My spanner.
Gregory,
I guess
Yeah,
I should start.
you just span it and start smacking it.
expect me to punish citizens for showing
Oh my god, you just got a breast too, bro. Fucking epic loot.
It's absurd. Just give me a minute.
It's absurd.
Chechnya. Eric, where's Chechnya?
In Russia.
No.
You
This
are
guy's just
the
making
dumbest person I've ever...
Bruh.
That's 100% right. I don't know if you're being silly or...
Yeah, but like where in Russia?
Your mama.
The kind of... Basically like the...
Oh my god! What the hell's going on with me today? Like...
It's like the Central Asian part of Russia.
It's near the
'Cause
Caucasus
Russia's-
Mountains.
Because
Right next to Georgia.
Russia's a massive country, so like...
It's not in the center. It's very close to the Georgian border.
Yeah, I'd call that somewhat centered.
That is not center.
You say patata, I say potato.
I'll send you a picture. Discord. Oh, jeez, oh man, copy. Oh man, paste.
I actually just do not believe in ammo anymore,
Oh
apparently.
yeah, you're right actually. That is further east, further west than I thought.
Yeah, I didn't know where it was either. I knew it was in Russia, but
Well, we all knew it was in Russia. Shifty.
I just saw Mike pick up some Chechnyan vodka. So I had to look up Chechnya. Cause you know how much them Russies, them Ruskies love their vodka.
They, I believe they... Pretty
I
into it.
believe they infuse it into their blood. That's why all Russian men can just withstand torturous amounts of pain.
So it really feels like I'm not doing any damage to things anymore.
We're using armor-piercing rounds on armor.
What did I want to look at?
Ring ding 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 dong.
Ring-a-ding-ding. Ring-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
Okay.
What does the fox say?
Shit in my mouth. Please shit in my mouth.
Dude, Ylvis was the greatest band of the 2000.
Which was?
Ylvis.
I thought it was Guster.
Ylvis, they're the ones that did What Does the Fox Say?
Okay, now I move faster. Thank God. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Look
wait,
how
sorry, they weren't
fast
even-
I am. Holy
Don't you
They
think
weren't even
Guster is a
2000,
sick band?
Who?
Guster?
No, Guster. I've heard of them, and they actually make me want to vomit
Why do you
because they play the brown note.
Why do you like Guster?
That was when the only reason I know them is when Peter thought his name was Justin. He put a poster of Guster on his wall.
Welcome to the circus.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube because at work sometimes there's some downtime, so I just watch YouTube.
Yeah.
And I've been watching lots of Dragon's Den, like the UK version, and it's so good.
Sorry, what show? I missed that.
Dragon.
Dragon's Den.
Oh. See, what it is an electric dildo, so you stuff it in your wife's willy and gives her a little tickle.
I
Gives
really
her-
like this. I really like this idea, Peter. I don't know about your evaluation. $100,000 for 10% of your company. I mean, do you know what the dildo market is right now?
Well, I know there's a lot of cunts out there that need a little tickle.
A good Rogering is what they say.
Yeah. Bloody good Roger.
I need. Do you not know the numbers? Because I need the numbers for
I'm
this.
letting you in now. I think I've got just the thing to put the green.
Well, let's see. There's over 50,000 olds in Corydon alone, so you do the math.
But how many of them are buying this?
Damn place those pagans won't steal. Paper towels.
Say, let's say, 1 in 5 buys this. What would your profits be like?
£100,000.
What saw me? Oh, the bots are.
£100,000.
Okay, never mind.
What would that be? What's the time period on that £100,000?
Well, once the word gets out, she'll tell the rest of the birds, and they'll all be spreading their legs and begging for it.
I mean, I think you've convinced me. I'm gonna make you an offer. $100,000, all the money for 30% of your corporation.
Well, all I say to that is there's going to be an awful lot of smiling lassies on the bus route tomorrow.
I'm so glad you accepted this offer. Going to get my wife one.
Are you? Oh my fucking god!
Well, what happened? What's the trouble, Bubba?
You couldn't do it.
It
This
was,
is all the things
it
we...
was unsolvable. I don't care about anything anymore, right? Viewers, I know I suck at this game, alright?
There's probably people watching who are just like, he's a fucking noob.
This is so cringe! This game is for
yeah, I mean-
autistic babies!
I mean, I'm muting my thing. But
Yeah.
Do you hear me? You guys suck eggs.
whoa, Mike, you just bought all of those?
I
Mike.
invented all of those.
Mike, bro.
Why was there
How much you want for all them bullets, bud? I'll offer you $10,000.
Us?
That's
So
right,
good.
$10,000.
I wish I was either super Cockney or super Welsh.
I wish I was super cock man.
There was this Welsh guy, that worked at camp one year, and he was the craziest guy I ever met in my life. That guy
Welsh accents are like way more musical, I guess you'd say, than like a lot of the London ones. It's just like, it's gonna be right different without him around, that's for true.
So,
And then Welsh accents are like, shit in my mouth, would ya?
so so he just... Oh, my God. He just killed her. Okay, so this guy... This guy used to get... This was a summer camp for children. And we all used to drink... But this guy used to get obliterated.
Maybe you should modify that last thing.
Well, okay, no, the counselors used to drink. The kids would go home. The counselors would sleep there. So we would drink and we would party, and sure, people would get really fucked up. But 9457, remember that.
9457.
So there, at some point in through the year, me and him switched beds, and his bed was the closest to the room, or to the exit of the boys' dorm. So it was like his bed and then the door. And me and him switched, and my old bed was in the main room, part of the room, behind a wall, and it was a big room with a bunch of beds. So we switched rooms, and what I think is he got so drunk one night that he literally exited through the one door, and then he turned around to piss. So what happened was he ended up in front of my new bed, right? Because he's used to going out the door, and then he's outside, turning around, peeing against the wall of the boys' dorm. So I wake up with this guy's dick in front of my face, and he's just pissing. And I was just like, YOLO, what the fuck? What are you doing? And he just did.
And then he just looks at you and is like, YOLO.
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything, and then he just left. And I was just sitting there like, what the fuck happened? He pissed all over the floor. Of course, everybody's got their shit all over the floor, so he pissed all over like my clothes and like my buddy's clothes and shit. And I remember, like, I woke up and I like the next morning, and it was like, YOLO, like, what the fuck, man? And I remember he just like looked at it and he was like, that wasn't me. And then I lost my shit. I was just like, fuck you, and that it was really bad. It was really bad, but like, 9457. Yeah, it was like, I just remember like being like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And like no answer, and he just like goes to bed. He must have been so obliterated for that to happen.
He was probably in a blackout.
Probably. Like I know I've been blacked out before and done some pretty dumb shit that I never remembered, but
I never black out in my life.
So
The only time I blacked out was when Father McGinty was just railing hard on the altar.
Shut up. This weapon's really cool. Oh, allow me to show you.
I'm waiting.
So it's a flamethrower.
I'm waiting.
It's a flamethrower.
Mike, you should just look at them and be like, you're fired.
You're fired, and then it shoots electricity, and then it shoots ice.
Ice, liquid nitrogen. You almost had ice, bud.
Yeah.
Mike, you're out of ice.
Oh, I'm at 42.
You were at 67 before you did that last little bit.
What the hell is shooting? Also, you're not gonna get a little sister, bud.
Hey, little sister, who's the only one? Hey, little sister, hey, blah, 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 blah. It's a nice day for a white wedding. Wow, Billy Idol is such a fucking white supremacist.
Hey, we already talked about this the other day.
Did we? I don't
think
even remember.
so. what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing right now?
It's a nice day to
Okay.
start again.
This is a little long, but I want to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do first.
Mike, that's what our viewers want is long episodes. They're creaming in their panties, and sometimes we just tease them. We don't even get them all the way.
I'm assuming once I leave the lab, a golden arrow will appear. See how used you get to the golden arrow? It's not there. You panic. You have no control over your own destiny.
You have no control over your own bowels. You're just shitting and pissing everywhere.
Like, where the hell is my bag handy, bro?
You're like, hey, Big Daddy, it's a nice day to
Shit
live
in my
it again.
ass.
No, Big Daddies don't shit in their ass.
Don't they?
They don't shit.
Okay.
They've got shit caked in their asses and they have to cut it out with a pair of scissors.
No, that's not true either.
Gotta start with the farmer's market.
Eric, do you know nothing about the anatomy of Big Daddies?
Oh, you
That was
fucking
brutal.
brained him.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna start using telekinesis all the time again. It's so broken, man.
When you first got it, you were using it like constantly.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm like out of ammo for like all my weapons, so.
You should telekinesis that Big Daddy into another Big Daddy. Boom, one shot.
Imagine if you could do that. Can you do that, Mike? Oh, nice.
It's Rosie.
It's Rosie O'Donnell. Okay, I will end this episode soon. I'm not gonna
Only
fight.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
That was a hilarious fucking line.
But I wanna throw this Rosie at like a human.
Just like caves in their skull.
Wait, there's
There's
one.
one.
Did nothing.
Oh, did it miss him?
No, it destroyed
Oh, no, I
his
think it
machine.
hit the-
Oh,
There you go.
nice.
That killed him, I guess.
I think you have to get a headshot essentially with it,
Yeah.
because it was like hitting his body and doing nothing. But when it smacked off his noggin, it
Wait. Look at that water tower. Oh, I thought it was a panda. It looked like Panda Express.
They don't even have pandas back in the 60s.
Mike, pandas were back in the fucking 60 BC.
We'll see you next time, viewers.
Bye.